So let's discuss Malam Nasir El-Rufai, the former governor of Kaduna State. Like I've always said, the Bola Tinubu's media team is the most mischievous and dangerous, you know, incompetent media team we've ever had in the history of presidential media teams in our recent history. In fact, they've acted over the years as like misinformation, half-truths, lies, outright lies, revisionism, and propaganda are the oxygen this administration needs to survive. So, just not long ago, we all know, and during the Channels TV interview, El-Rufai accused the government of allegedly paying bandits, giving them money, giving them food and every other thing. And rather than the government to say, no, we didn't do this and give Nigerians, oh, this is what happened, there's nothing like that, and give, let Nigerians realize what it did is, no, you offered bandits money too. And, the presidential media team has gone around to bring out, to make all sort, and their supporters have all around, they've dug out a video of his interview on Sunrise Daily on Channels years ago, and with it, they mischievously cut out where they want to use, you will see it was a deliberate attempt. Of that team, the most dangerous of them is Bayo Nanuga. And the reason I'm making this video, because even a few days ago, he did the same, he made the same claim on his X handle, where he said, you did it. So, but I'm here to tell you, El-Rufai never did anything like that. Did the Kaduna state government, under Malam Nasir El-Rufai, at any time pay bandits? The answer is no. And I'm challenging every one of you, any one of you, to come forward with proof. Not be all these join, cut and join you people are trying to do to just mislead people. El-Rufai never paid people, bandits. In fact, El-Rufai, as controversial as he is, one thing that majority of Nigerians agree with him as a governor was his stance on bandit. El-Rufai believed no bandit is supposed to be alive. He didn't hide his position. In fact, on Tuesday, 21st December 2021, he said publicly on TV that, let me quote, he said, there is nothing like repentant bandits or terrorists. The only repentant bandit is the one that is dead. Our intention in the state is to kill them, let them go and see God. So, you see, look at all this. That's why I'm posting all these headlines there. You can check them out. He has never hidden his disdain for terrorists and bandits. In fact, the policy of even paying those people actually started from a commission of inquiry set up earlier by the federal government and then by the Kaduna state government under the late Patrick Yakowa. So it was a process that was ongoing and was now suggested to El-Rufai to complete it because the process was ongoing before he became governor. So what I want to do here is I want to show, like I said, the video is long. It's about 11 minutes, so I'm going to cut it. I'm just going to add a little to this. So I'm going to post the rest in other part. So you guys can just watch everything completely and don't allow these people to deceive you. You see, it is our duty as Nigerians. It is our duty to hold our government accountable. It is our duty to tell them, hey, when they do wrong, it is our duty to tell them, hey, this is a lie. It is our duty not to let them mislead Nigerians. There is no nation that is doing well today that was built on lies. It can never happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, just watch a little one here and then make sure you watch the other parts and see what the truth of the matter that the Tinubu's media team and supporters are trying to mislead Nigerians about. Let's go.
So we knew that if we went to that forest and flushed them out, would degrade their capacity.
No, the greatest challenge that you face, though, is the Fulani herdsmen today, which is being reported in just about every other media, that they are the ones perpetrating this crime.
Which crime?
Are they the ones?
Which crime?
Killing of people.
No. Look, let me explain the three problems, and then you will get it in context. The cattle rustling and banditry is an essentially Fulani phenomenon. Okay, it is Fulanis, and we knew where they were, and we collaborated with the state governments surrounding that notorious forest range, Kamuku Kuyambana Forest Reserve, and said, look, this is a problem that we have to solve jointly. We collaborated with the cooperation of other state governments. We put together money and a military operation, flushed them out. Okay? And today we have over 300 young Fulanis between 18 and 30 in custody for kidnapping, for cattle rustling, and robbery. Okay? So that we understood. It was easy because there is one place.
Okay. We follow that one up. When you understood the problem and flushed them out, did you subsequently find out that perhaps in that process, while they were flushed out, did they get involved in the other crisis which you're about to explain?
Maybe they did. Okay, I will come to that, because we have this problem has multiple dimensions, and I will try to cover everything as much as I can. But I'm trying to classify the problems and tell you what we did. Okay, so to a large extent, we degraded cattle rustling. They moved on to kidnapping. Okay, we have addressed that to a large extent. It's more or less sorted in Kaduna. Unfortunately, because of weak law enforcement, there are copycat crimes all over the states now. I'm learning to my dismay that even in Lagos now you have cases of kidnapping, but this is what we did. Now, the second problem of the urban gangs we addressed, because the police and the SSS knew who these gangs were. It was just the capacity to bring them to justice that was lacking, and that was done. So to a large extent, we solved that. It still breaks out once in a while because drug addiction is a big problem, but that was sorted. The Southern Kaduna was more difficult because we didn't understand it, and this is why we needed a high-profile committee like the Agwai committee to look at it, and they did. We established the committee in July. By the end of August, they submitted a report. They went round Southern Kaduna, they talked to communities, they talked to everybody, and they came back with certain findings and recommendations, and the findings were very enlightening, even to me, who is Fulani. Okay, I'm 87.5% Fulani, I'm told by my parents. They found that there were three groups of Fulanis: the settled Fulanis, like me, that don't herd cattle, they're settled in one place, don't move around up and down. The semi-settled that live in Nigeria, they are Nigerians, but move their cattle up and down in search of pasture. And then there's the transhumans pastoralists that come from other African countries. Fulanis are in about 14 countries. All over West Africa, there is virtually no country in West Africa that is no Fulani minority or even majority. And under an ECOWAS protocol signed in 2003, these Fulanis take their cattle when the dry season in their country starts and herd them down to Nigeria, up to central Nigeria, okay, in search of pasture.